Let me take you on a quick journey with the BMW M3 Touring. This time, not in Germany, but rather in Tokyo. We're not getting this car in the US, let alone with a right-hand drive. So today, it's quite special. We're gonna start in Tokyo city center, and then we're gonna go outside the city for a bit of a spirited drive with this fantastic BMW M3 Touring, one of my favorite M cars the brand offers today. As you might know by now, the BMW M3 Touring is only offered in a competition model. So all-wheel drive, xDrive, 8-speed automatic paired with the BMW S58 engine. This car makes 523 horsepower, which is enough to have some fun, even during short bursts. So why do I like the BMW M3 Touring? First off, it's like the forbidden fruit, right? We don't get this car in the US, which makes it even more desirable. It was kind of the same thing with the F31 Generation 3 Series, the last one offered in the US. Of course, they never offered an M3 on that generation, and a lot of people didn't really buy the car. Now, many years later, that car is a unicorn, especially when you see one in the US. So why do I love the BMW M3 Touring? Well, for starters, it's the first time that BMW has put an M3 Touring, M3 Wagon in production. Secondly, this is one of the best M3 products the M brand has ever made. It has the same great driving dynamics like the M3 and M4. It has a lot of power. It could be used on the track. We've seen this car on the Nürburgring quite a few times. And it can be used as a family car because in the end, it's a utility vehicle without the SUV's ride height. It has plenty of cargo space. It has plenty of space inside for 4 and even 5 people over long distances. And if you're cool enough, you can even spec this car with carbon bucket seats to make it even more special. And because it has an xDrive, you can drive this car all year round. And did I mention that I absolutely love the BMW S58 engine? In my opinion, it is one of the best engines ever made by the M division. You can find this engine in a lot of new products, and it will be refreshed in the future to power other ICE BMW M cars. So you can see the power kicks in at low RPM, which is great because you have this torque that's much needed, especially if you want to overtake quickly like this. So that makes it quite easy to drive and maneuver in city centers. Now, if you want to push it, downshift, and there we go. So why would you buy the BMW M3 Touring over the M3 sedan? That's a very valid question, especially if you live here in Japan or in Europe. And the answer is really simple, because essentially you're not losing anything by choosing the M3 Touring over the M3 sedan. It's got the same engine, same drivetrain, same transmission, same power. Maybe the weight distribution is slightly different. I'm assuming this one has more towards the rear because of the shape, but overall I don't think you will feel that, especially daily driving the car. The only thing that I wish this car had, it's a carbon fiber roof. Unfortunately, due to the limitations in the plant, they would have to retrofit the plant to fit this car on the line to install the carbon fiber roof. You're only getting a glass panel on the top of the car. And just like with all the M cars, you have the ability to transform this beast from a very comfortable daily driver to a track-ready weapon. Right now, I'm actually riding in the comfort mode, which can be customized quite a bit, as we've seen in other products. So if you're doing this every day, I absolutely recommend setting this maybe to your M1 button and then make your M2 button the fun one. There is a trade-off. If you're daily driving the car, if the roads are not perfectly smooth, like right here, for example, then I would absolutely recommend using the comfort mode. But let's see how the M2 sounds like, especially here in the tunnel. So automatically you're getting a little bit more cabin noise because of the fake noise being pumped through the speakers. That's okay. I'd rather have this than being completely silent. But also on the outside, the valves are open a little bit more and you are getting more growls from this S58 engine. The ride changes completely. I mean, I can feel it right now. It's quite stiff. I can feel the vibrations from the road through the seat, which is okay because you're really only meant to be using this one if you want to have some fun with the car and stiffen up the car quite a bit. Now, if you want to have some fun without pushing the car to its slip limit, you can go into the MDM mode, which essentially I call this kind of the having a life vest while you're swimming. You're a great swimmer, you know what you're doing, but you're out in the ocean and you want to have this backup. That's exactly what the MDM is. It's gonna let you have some fun without interfering too much. But when you get to the limit, it's going to keep you on the road or on the track. Now let me answer one more question, because I've spent quite a lot of time with the BMW M5 Touring lately, and now with the M3 Touring as well. Which one would I buy if I had a choice? Honestly, I do love the M5 Touring because it's a great car for daily driving, but of course on the track it will drive completely different as the M3 Touring. It's a lot heavier than this car. It has a plug-in hybrid drivetrain. It's got a completely different engine, a V8 versus a 6-cylinder. So of course, if you're looking for that fun factor, I would pick the M3 Touring. Now, if you're more into a comfortable drive, a more relaxed drive, if you like to drive electric, then of course the M5 Touring will fit that bill. Another reason why I would pick the M3 Touring over the M5 Touring is that maybe we'll have another M5 Touring in the future, but the M3 Touring, for now, from what I know, not confirmed by BMW, this might be it. They might extend the production maybe by a year or so to allow people to get more of this in their garage, but I don't think there is one plan for the next generation unless things change. I'm riding a Michelin PS4S tires. Of course, they're quite sticky on the track and on the road, and they're not too noisy. Steering feedback, well, I'm driving in a straight line, so I can't really talk about that experience today, but I did have a chance to drive the car in Germany on some of these back roads, and I can recall some of that experience. Yes, of course, it's not as engaging. You're not getting as much feedback as you would from a hydraulic system, but honestly, I feel like BMW has improving quite a bit from generation to generation with this EPS steering. Brakes, you can spec the car with carbon ceramics, or you can have the M Sport brakes. If you track the car, if you care about the brake fading and all of that, the carbon ceramics are absolutely worth it. I would say for daily driving as a family car, you're gonna be just fine with the M Sport brakes. Let me show you an example of how the car pulls. So, second gear. I mean, this car, honestly, so good. So good, BMW. I know BMW M that I give you a hard time when it comes to the weight of the BMW M5, but hey, you redeemed yourself with the M3 Touring. I found some really beautiful back roads here in Japan. As you can see, we're going through some forest here, and it looks absolutely stunning. The roads are a little bit tight to what we're used to in the US. There's a little bit of traffic, so I'm not going to be able to push the car. But nonetheless, this kind of gives me the chance to talk about the M3 Touring as the perfect road trip car. I've mentioned this in the past. I've talked about the Tourings being the ideal road trip companions, and it's even more value with the BMW M3 Touring, because if you want a very comfortable, very relaxed ride, this car can actually provide. Of course, you want to have some fun, you can take it to the track with no problems. All right, so here's a bit of open road. I can maybe push the car just a tiny bit, not too much. I don't want to get in trouble here. Absolutely stunning back roads, beautiful scenery here around Tokyo. And of course, this car definitely wants to go. I mean, if you want this car to go, it will go. I love how the car rotates. I've always loved this about the M3. And it looks cool. It looks different. Not just the front grille, but the overall shape of this BMW M3. I think it's gonna go down in history as one of the best M3 cars ever. This car drives a lot smaller than it looks like. The chassis, it's well balanced. I mean, the competition model really are a step up compared to the base models. Now, if you go to the CS, that's a completely different driving experience. Okay, so back in Tokyo, bumper-to-bumper traffic, of course, nothing new here, but it was a fun day with the BMW M3 Touring. It made me fall in love once again with this spectacular product from BMW M. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. It was more of a vlog than anything else. We'll try to experiment more with this to bring you behind the scenes on our trips around the world. So with that being said, stay tuned, and I will see you in the next one.